Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the fourth episode of Coffee and Conversations with Sophia and Christine. I'm Sophia,
I'm Christine.
and thank you so much for coming back. We're so glad you haven't gotten tired of us yet, because I know we blab a lot. Like I'm going to say this at the beginning of every episode and the end of every episode. So today we are going to be we're going to be sharing a little bit about background about what got us into this industry, and then we will be talking about how it's been difficult for recent graduates to get jobs and offer maybe some career advice based on stuff that we've learned and things that we've noticed that we should be doing or shouldn't be doing. So yeah, and I'm gonna have to start by insulting Christine. I'm so happy that the World Cup is over and I won't have to listen to 10 minutes of that again. Sorry, Christine.
That is crazy.
The
That is,
whole last episode, she took off half
I
her
am
time by
so
talking about.
sorry. The World Cup takes over the world. That's the point of sports. I'm sorry, as an aspiring filmmaker, sports is bigger than our industry as well. I am so sorry. I'm gonna admit that. I'm
Okay,
gonna admit
well,
that.
I
We
just
make
don't like
films to
sports.
entertain, but those players be running in that field for like 2 or 3 hours, especially when it comes to penalties. So they do more work than we do.
Okay, fine, I'll give them that, but I'm just glad that we don't have to
And
talk
for
about it
anybody that
anymore.
works in the media industry and that got insulted by this, I am not sorry. I am
Okay, okay,
not sorry.
fine, fine, all right, okay, I
Not that
get
if you
it.
hear this, you know what I mean. You will agree with me.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's not. I just have to start because we always have to start by insulting each other, and it's nice. And I'm not dressed like Barbie today, FYI.
Sure.
I'm wearing white now. I should have worn pink just to irritate you.
You know, I'm wearing I'm wearing
Can you
my
guess what color
USA
she's wearing,
shirt.
guys?
But
Black,
this is actually not black, but okay.
blue, whatever the heck it is.
It's dark blue.
I dare you to wear pink one day.
Ew. You really want me to bomb? If I wear pink, you're
I
gonna
dare
wear
you to
black.
spend a whole I dare my whole room is pink and I dared her to spend a whole night in my room sleeping. She goes like I'd probably stay wide awake all night. I'm like
You know what? I dare you to wear all black. I dare
I
you
have
to
worn
come
all
in my
black
room.
before. I literally dressed up as a goth for Halloween last year.
Well, I want you to be like that on a non-Halloween day.
That will never happen.
Exactly, like me wearing pink is never gonna happen.
This Halloween I'm dressing up as a goth and you're dressing up as Barbie. I dare you. We're doing that.
Ew, okay.
Okay. Anyway, so sorry that we just had to do that. Because it's just part of it. So Christine, what do you think really inspired you to get into this industry? Well, not really in the industry yet, but why did you want to be a film
One
major?
day, guys, one day. Okay,
We will
actually,
make it. We will make it there one day, Christine. Be confident. We'll make it. We'll
so
become really everybody. We're gonna become famous one day. Just
oh
know.
yeah, I'm gonna lift up that Oscar one day, guys.
Oh yeah,
Trust me.
Christine's winning an Oscar.
I am. I
I'll win an
will.
Emmy since I'm TV, so maybe I'll win an Oscar too.
So, I mean, since I was little, I've always been a fan of films. Like, I've grown up watching films. I owned a lot of DVDs. I had a lot of collection. Like, I had The Godfather, I had Rocky, I had Star Wars collection. We're talking about like the 2000s because I was like, what, 5, 6 when
So
I
was
had
I,
all
because remember, we're the same
the.
age. I'm a year
Exactly.
older, so I'm 1 year wiser.
There's no such thing as age being smart or something. I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah,
believe in
okay.
that ideology. I don't believe in that
Okay, fine, continue.
ideology.
Sorry, we're getting off topic again, as usual.
Um, but no, I owned a lot of DVDs. My dad used to buy me a
Me
lot of
too.
DVDs
What a
from
coincidence.
Best Buy. I even had the Superman collection. So me and my parents have like, always watched TV since I was like really little. And every Sundays, like this was our routine. Like every Sundays we would go to the theater to watch a film. So that's like the start of how I got. And I remember I was like, when I grow up, I actually want to be in Hollywood. I wanted to be in front of cameras. So I always wanted to do acting, of course. I feel like I'm still like open to acting on camera because I like the feeling of being in front of camera. I'm not gonna lie.
And
But
she's good, guys. She's also good at it. Remember our second episode when I
oh,
told you about her reality TV show episode? That one she should have gotten an Oscar for because she sold that without laughing, and I don't know how.
and I think like who I really have to give credit about me being in film has to really be my grandfather because he was a crazy film fanatic. Like, where he would talk to me about the golden age of Hollywood. I mean, he lived in the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. Like,
So do my grandparents.
seen
Coincidentally.
it everything. So he would talk to me about every celebrity story, even the music as well. So because of him, I've always became a fan of the 1950s. So like if you see my bedroom, I actually have a poster of James Dean, of Elvis Presley. I'm about to get a poster of The Godfather. So when The Godfather played on cable, me and my grandfather would just like sit down in our living room and watch The Godfather. We would watch the entire trilogy. Yes, we would stay up to midnight watching the entire trilogy. That's
I
how
no
traumatic.
judgment there. I mean, my
No,
dad also loves The Godfather. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's really good.
no, my grandfather, which shout out to my late grandfather, rest in peace. He
Mm.
would
And
whistle
she
the
just made her
entire.
film about her grandfather. If you have not watched it yet, watch it on her YouTube channel. I was a part of that, and it came out really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, that's why that was also another reason why I wanted to do my senior capstone. There's a lot of ideas I wanted to do, but
The first one she told me, I won't reveal it, but that one, I wish I don't know if she needs to do that one day because I
no,
thought
I definitely I'm
you
planning.
were doing that one day. I'm not going to reveal what it is, but you will do
I
it.
actually want to turn that into a feature, but I feel like I had to like end my college journey with my grandfather because he was really like my biggest inspiration to do film in the first place. We shared a lot of interest in film. I mean, like we would like talk about it in the living room, just whenever we're just bored or whenever we go out. He always like talks to me about like him going to the movies. So honestly, big credit to him.
Mhm.
But besides like him like taking a credit, I've always had like a thing of creating stories. So this is an interesting fact about me. So whenever I'm just bored, like for example, this is also another reason why I stay up midnight. I'm not watching YouTube. I'm not watching TikTok. I'm not watching
You're
Instagram.
watching TV shows and movies. Me too.
That's not really what I do in
Oh,
midnight.
you got me all excited there.
No, I actually go on my computer and I'm writing scripts.
No, that's even okay. No, I
I'm
like
writing
that actually.
scripts.
No, that is so much better actually. I like
I'm
that.
I'm actually writing scripts, and if I'm not writing scripts, like I have my phone, this is what I do. I'm on my notepad inside my phone, and I'm always writing down ideas of like what I want to write, what film I want to write. So I'm like
Mhm.
right now, I'm like been creating an idea because I want to do like a film based on a prince and a girl that has fire powers and
Oh
telekinesis.
man, I
It's
was
kind
about
of
to be
like
like, are you
their
gonna make a remake of The Princess and the Frog? Maybe a
oh
princess and
no,
a
no.
dragon.
No, but no, she's gonna so surprising no, even though like the script's not ready yet, she's gonna be a dragon as well. So it's like she
So
has
wow, I'm psychic.
her descendants are dragons. So that's something that I've been like planning on, but I'm currently writing two scripts.
That's
One script
awesome. I actually
about
didn't know that until just now.
it's one script is about a nightclub filled with vampires, and it's about a journalist who is interning at an office after no, she's a senior, so she's about to graduate from college. She's interning at an office, and she's always been interested in like supernatural. So she's been researching this like story about these random deaths going on. It's all the same like death. Like there's always a bite on the neck. They always find like a bite mark on everybody's bodies, and everybody's like, what is going on? So there's been theories like, oh, there's vampires, and it's all related to a specific nightclub. So her boss was like, no, no, nobody's gonna believe this. This is a vampire. This is stupid. So she challenges herself. She goes to the nightclub herself and she meets these group of vampires, and one night they actually bring her well, the leader takes interest in her. She he gets interviewed by her because there's a mysterious death that's like really huge on the news, and she's trying to cover that. And after she gets interviewed, she gets bitten by the leader. But what the leader thought was that she was gonna kill her, so she doesn't say anything. But the reporter miraculously actually escapes from the nightclub, but because she has the bite mark, it's already too late and she becomes a vampire. So it's like she falls into this world and like, you know, her normal life kind of ends. So it's like she can't do what she always wanted to do. She can't like be like a normal journalist anymore. So she has a goal which is trying to like fix everything. I'm not gonna like spoil everything, of course, because it's like I
Yeah,
want to
don't
leave.
spoil it. Like that's what like but I mean I'm really bad at keeping secrets. And what was
Really?
it? Huh?
Well, I mean, I'm saying it in the podcast, but I'm not gonna reveal much more information because
Yeah,
it's
but this
just
will be all
like
public, so people will you're gonna spoil it. Um,
exactly. So
what about Hofstra? Like, since you're not from obviously like Long Island, you're from Queens. Like, what drew you to Hofstra? Like, what was it about their film program that drew you there?
fun fact, I was actually planning on going to NYU. That was actually
Oh,
my
I
that
actually
was
didn't know
actually
that.
that was actually my number one choice, NYU. I mean, I applied, but I wasn't fun fact going in for film. I've
Oh,
taken
music
film
business.
classes
You
too
did talk
before.
about
Yeah.
this in
Oh,
the first episode a little bit.
yeah, I wanted to go in for music business. So I've also, fun fact, I write music and I play an electric guitar. I'm a crazy, as you recall the last episode that we did about music, I'm a really rock heart. So I've always
She's an
wanted
old soul, as she said herself, and Rebecca, our supervisor, said the exact same thing.
I'm an actual old soul. I mean, as you can even tell in films, it's like I don't even watch that much. Well, I try to like watch modern film, but it's a little hard. I mean, I'm not saying no. Like I watched Frankenstein. I want to watch The Odyssey definitely.
Oh yeah,
But
we were
no,
just talking about that before.
it's like I'm an old soul. Like I sit down in the living room with my mom. We just came out of watching a film actually
What film
outside.
are you watching?
We were watching Interview with a Vampire, and we were also finishing the series because we were like, we watched the film first, then we watched the series, and then we just decided to watch the film again. So yes, Interview with the Vampire is the show that I've been watching right now. Well, I'm currently on season 3, which is now The Vampire Lestat. So we've been watching that, and then I went back to Interview with a Vampire, one of my favorite films. Yes, I'm a crazy vampire fan, as
I like
big as
vampires too. I mean, I was a vampire for Halloween one year, I think when I was like 13.
no, most of the time I always love being vampire. And it's like I try to like switch up my costume because I'm like, okay, I'm always a vampire, but it's like I don't know what it is. I just love being a vampire for
I was
Halloween.
in a this was like one episode we should honestly talk about like our favorite holidays and stuff like that so we can like hear more about like each other's childhood things. So we won't
Oh yeah.
I won't get into that now what I used to be. We'll talk about that in another episode, but I mean that were there any like so like obviously like you went to Hofstra for music business and then you like got into film there. Were there any like famous filmmakers that really inspired you at all?
Francis Ford Coppola, shout out to him, my favorite director, and of course George Lucas.
George
And then of
Lucas.
course we have Quentin Tarantino who also inspired me.
What
So
about Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg?
oh yeah, no, they definitely inspired me as well. A lot of filmmakers inspired me. But I think all of them had and especially taking film study courses, it's like I got to even learn more about their different style. Mel Gibson as well. Mel Gibson's like one of my favorite filmmakers and actors. I mean, what I love about his style is like he mostly goes for like realistic type of style in film. So it's like if you watch Passion of the Christ, Apocalyptico, it's they're really they're really realistic films. Well, they're really like when I say realistic, it's just surprising. It's mind-blowing. It's if you see the details, it's very heavy details. It's a very heavy detail. There I wouldn't say there's even much CGI, which is really crazy. There isn't much CGI. His production design is just crazy because you look at it and it seems like it was real. Like okay, I'm gonna use Passion of the Christ because like I know the sequel is coming out, which I can't wait. Passion of the Christ, it felt like you were actually watching Jesus' entire story. Like Passion of the Christ revolves around Jesus' crucifixion, when he got crucified.
Hmm.
Of course,
I've heard that, yeah.
Judas's betrayal. So Passion of the Christ, the production design was like really realistic, which was really crazy. it doesn't feel like you're like watching a theater or you're watching a film where like, they try to like make it realistic. That one definitely seemed realistic. The blood on Jesus was definitely, it looked very realistic. And it was like really, when I say realistic, the actors played it really well. Jim that played Jesus was a really great actor. The moment you saw him getting tortured on his way before he gets crucified, delivered, I think it was really powerful because if you're watching that scene, you just feel the pain that Jesus was going through. You like felt it. You felt it on your seat.
I mean, every time I'm watching like anything, I feel like if there's something like really emotional happening on the screen, I could feel it. I'm sure you're like the same way. Like if you feel somebody crying, do you ever feel the urge to just cry? I know that sounds really like weird, but
Also, correction, Apocalypto. That was
oh,
the film that I was talking about. Apocalypto is also one of my mom's favorites, like one of my favorites. Again, the set, what I really like about him is that, again, everything in his film is just realistic. Going back to the Passion of the Christ, it's like you felt it. You felt that pain. And for those that follows religion, it's like you're you're basically reliving the Bible. You're watching it. Like you're not hearing the words, you're visualizing it.
it's
And the way how they portrayed it, Judas's betrayal was really heavy. Like, you felt it. My mom went with my dad to the theaters to watch Passion of the Christ while being pregnant of me, and I was like, "Mom, that was, like, number one mistake you did, because she almost
while
gave
being
birth to me
pregnant
in the
with
theater.
you.
She almost gave birth to in the theater.
Wait, what?
She almost gave birth in the
We won't
theater.
get into that, but
No, I know, but that's how heavy that film was, because my mom was
imagine
like,
if you were born in a movie theater, that would really spark your interest for
there
film.
you go. But she was like, I felt it while in the theater, and I was like, oh my god, you shouldn't have like gone if you're pregnant by me. Apocalypto is also another film that
You felt
looked
you know your excitement inside her stomach. You're like, I love this movie. I'm kicking now. This is like already sparking the interest, and you start
exactly.
kicking.
She was like literally, she was telling me how her face looked. She was like watery.
Jeez.
Apocalypto is also another film that it was heavily criticized at first because like Apocalypto focuses on the Aztecs. So when before, before the what? I- yeah,
You just
Apocalypto.
imagine something come into your like head there, or you just hear a ghost.
I was like, I heard something. Okay.
I hear things all the time, and I shouldn't reveal that. That's not a good thing, but like you ever just sitting by
But
yourself and you just like hear something and you're like, is that a ghost or something? I wonder if
exactly.
that comes from being in the creative business where you're just like always having an imagination.
So Apocalypto focuses on the Mayan civilization. This was before they got conquered.
Wow.
So this was like, I'm not, again, I won't spoil everything, but it's like you get
No
to take a
spoilers.
no, but you get to
Not
take a
until
look.
after people listen to this.
But you get to take a look of like what the culture was, what an everyday life was between the Mayans.
Hmm.
And again, like Passion of the Christ, the set just looked very realistic. The makeup was like 100% on point, perfection. The one thing though that I'm just gonna say, it's like the graphics are really heavy, but again, because I was like his style, realistic, like blood like blood.
Doesn't look
Like,
that
on
realistic.
watching a film, it's like when it's makeup, when it's not
Yeah.
that look very realistic. And it's like also very graphical because you like there isn't even like censor or anything. You see everything. And
Hmm.
that is I think one of the things I respect Mel Gibson about because he uses the style of realism, which is why I can't wait for the sequel of Passion of the Christ, which is called Resurrection of the Christ. And that's also gonna focus on the story of Satan. That I'm like, wow, that's gonna be crazy because I could already picture what watching Satan on screen and his style is like, I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm
And
gonna-
here's my question for you. Like after so obviously you're very passionate about film. After just recently graduating, doing a film major, if you like looking back on everything you learned, like do you think it was all worth it? Like is this something you were passionate about and you want to continue moving forward with, or do you wish you did something else? I'm just curious. And you can ask
I'm
me the
not
same
gonna
question when I explain my
no,
passion.
I think it was all worth it. I think it was really worth it because I'm really crazy into film. I really like I want to enter the film industry so bad.
I
I've
know
been
you'll
doing
get there
like
one day. I mean, we're gonna talk about after I explain my passion, we'll talk about ways that we, but yeah, talk about
I
ways that
think
we've done that we can do that. I mean, it is hard, but you'll get there, and I'll get
yeah,
there in my TV.
that is like my biggest goal, entering the industry. It's gonna take time because
Yeah, with everything,
there's
obviously. Like,
no there's no way you make it like real quick unless you have luck. But it's always one step at a
if
time,
you
which is
find
what is
if you find a genie and you grant you one wish,
easy, easy.
like, oh, we should go on our next podcast, guys. Let's go take a trip to the beach and let's find genies.
Easy. But
Yes.
no, I think it was all worth it. I'm really passionate about film. Going to college, I mean it like opened I mean, it opened a lot of doors. I like did a lot of things that I didn't expect. Like I got myself into television as well, which I wasn't like
And now
expecting.
podcasting. Oh my gosh.
Podcasting,
Like, did you ever
journalism.
just think about it? Did you ever think that you would like be doing a podcast where people would have to hear your voice and then you would eventually like, which we're going to do, um,
Fun
interview
fact.
people, or you're like, no, I would never do that.
I was
No, that
never
was
into
me. I'm like, I'm never
podcasts.
gonna record. I'm never gonna be
I
on
was
camera.
I was never into podcasts. I've seen YouTubers do it actually. That's like I
It's
was like,
fun, right? You like doing this.
I think it's just fun. My thing is like because I was like being on camera. I was like,
I
oh,
didn't
just
ever like being
my
on camera.
voice. But like, it's just fun. I after I did podcast. I think here's the thing. It's like once you have like when you put your hand on anything, you'll see if you
Yeah.
like it or not. Because that's my thing
Well,
when
that's
it came
like,
to television. Like
yeah.
I was interested in television, but I was like, no, I'm gonna focus into film. I did heat shows, and then look at me right now. I'm like,
No, and yeah,
I'm an
like,
NSTV, so it's like
yeah.
just I think it's worth it because I did a lot of things in the media that like really helped me. I was able to learn more even about different positions. Like I know what a director is, I know what a producer is, but I didn't know, I'll be honest, I didn't know about an assistant director.
No, I mean,
I
yeah.
never thought they existed. So I spoke a lot about me. Now it's your turn. What
My
got you
turn.
everybody heard a lot about me. They're
Oh,
probably gonna
no,
talk
I
about
was messing
Sophia.
with you. I'm glad. Finally, you want me to talk. I thought you were maybe gonna steal my
No,
throne as
I'm
the
gonna take
host.
over this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna finish this podcast. I'm joking.
He's cutting me
Anyway,
out, guys, and I was the host. It was my idea to do this whole thing.
hey, that means I'll be the host.
No.
Anyways, we're going off topic. What got you into television?
Always into like pretend play. Like I had a very active imagination. Like I always like there was a lot of imagination going on, and I was very into like TV, movies. Like one thing that I will definitely say that I was very into was the Barbie movies. Like that was my biggest inspiration for like watching like any kind of TV show or movie. Like I was a heavy collector on those, and I used to watch like I mean TV was my big habit. Like I was I would watch like so many different shows all the time. I would watch so many different movies. Like that was literally my hobby. As sad as that sounds, that's what I would rather do than play outside. But I won't be ashamed to admit that. And like I was always the person minus like the pretend play. Like I was always a big daydreamer. I still am. Like I after watching something, I would imagine it in my own different way. I would imagine my own stories and like I would have my own little imagined world. Unfortunately, I never wrote any of my ideas down, but yeah, that's like what like kind of inspired me like at an early age and like I like always like researched like I always like to watch like behind the scenes clips like cuz I'm like always like how do these people make this stuff and I'm like oh like that would be something cool to do. So like I went into college like I knew I wanted to be a communications major but I didn't know what exactly I wanted to be. So like I talked about this a little bit in the first episode. I visited 3 different schools and then I saw the TV studio at Hofstra and I'm like, this is really cool. And I like heard about how Hofstra is very known for like their media programs. I'm like, this is something I can like really do. So like I started first, I said in the first episode, I started off undecided, but then I claimed TV. I picked TV and I took my first class. And like I was I will say this, I'm not afraid to admit it, I was very closed minded when going into this. I'm like, I don't want to do any of the writing. I don't want to do any of the producing. I don't want to be on camera. I just want to do the technical stuff. I just want to do editing. And fun fact, now I actually hate editing. It's like that's actually very ironic, right? So like
Very ironic.
so I only want to do editing, but like I'm like, why? But then I started taking more classes. I'm like, no, like this is actually fun. Like the writing aspect is really fun. Like the producing aspect is fun. Like the technical aspect's fun, but like there's more, not just technical stuff. Like why not be able to be interested in doing everything? So I mean, after taking most of my classes where like I did learn like TDing, assistant directing, stage management. That's one I really like to do. Script writing, producing. Like I will say, probably now, like being graduated for 7 months, I probably actually don't want to work in the post production stage anymore. And it's ironic because that's the part I wanted to work in when first going in. And then like after like I did two internships, so Cat the Fade Network and North Shore TV. And as you know, since you just started there, North Shore TV is very like Rebecca's very encouraging on trying to get you to start your own stuff.
Oh
So like
yeah. I mean, that's how we got our podcast.
yeah, well, I was getting there.
I
Yeah,
saw
so
it.
like she was I remember like when I first started there in January, that was like a month after I graduated, she was like saying like, "Oh, do you have any ideas for shows you'd want to do?" And I'm like I came in, I'm like, I don't have any ideas. Like I'm like, I don't even know what I would want to do. And then she like showed us the podcast room. So she started encouraging me and the other interns to start our own podcast, which we did, but like it wasn't, not everyone was as like into it. It wasn't really everyone's thing. So and I feel like in order to do a podcast everyone with other people, everyone really has to be into it, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So then
definitely.
once Christine obviously joined North Shore TV, like I got the idea. I'm like, wait, why don't we start our own podcast? That'd be cool. I mean, and now like status update, my time there is end. So now we are doing this on Zoom if you didn't notice. So we are in two different locations, but it still works. It still works because we're still talking. But it's
Just if
still a
you
podcast
pointed
either
that
way.
out, I didn't want to say it, but I'm actually wearing my USA Teams PJ set, which I bought it from Primark, which is
Yeah, well,
not.
like I said, this is audio. She was asking what she should wear, and I'm like, it's audio only. They're not going to see us. Like, I don't look that great either. I'm not wearing PJs, but I don't look that great either. Not saying you don't look great, Christine. You still look great. You look
Thank
neater than me.
I think you look neat as well in PJs.
I'm not wearing PJs.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a white t-shirt.
I thought that was PJs. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. Would you like to show you my whole outfit? I'm not wearing
No.
PJs. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Anyways,
That's insulting. Okay. Um,
wow. Okay.
Thought I was wearing PJs, guys. I should have worn my pink PJs, then she really would have been mad. I have a lot of pink PJs if you didn't guess.
I could imagine.
You probably have a lot of black PJs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So back to the topic. So yeah, so we started doing this podcast. I mean, I never actually thought like I was always I mean, I grew up very shy. I will say that. I mean, I know that's a lot hard to tell now with a lot of people because I talk a lot now. So, but I mean, back if you knew me when I was little, I never you probably didn't even know my voice. Like, did you know that about me, Christine? That I was very shy growing up.
I mean, I could have told that you were a little shy when I first met you, but like
But like to the point where you would never expect me to be the bubbly person. I was always the person that had zip lips.
I mean, I'll be honest, like sometimes I could sense when somebody like was shy. I personally was shy when I was like little. I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of
No,
am.
I still am too. I mean, but like I've become much more confident, and this podcast definitely is helpful for that.
Oh, definitely. No, I think this is the good thing about the media. And fun fact, today I actually had a job interview. I was
Yeah.
just telling the general manager actually how media challenged me a lot. So I think this is a good
Oh,
challenge that
yeah.
media
Like me,
creates.
I will say, guys, like media, if you are like a shy person growing up, like I was, I will say media, like, is definitely something, if you're interested in doing that, that is something that will really help you. Like, if you're looking for ways to get out of your comfort zone, I will say doing media, that's a really good skill. Like, I feel like a lot of what really helped me, like, grow as a person was the fact that I did media because like you're forced to take on like so many different leadership skills and you're forced to like do so many different things then you're like it just like it challenges you but I think that's it's worth it because like I think it really helped me come out of my shell to be honest with you and I'm sure Christine can relate.
Middle school, I actually took a digital film class. Fun fact. Shout out to Mr. Dennis, who is my middle school teacher. I still remember him till this day. He was also a bit of inspiration of like me getting into the media. but it's actually a really good challenge, especially journalism. The journalism world literally challenges you. It challenges you to the
Yeah.
max. But have
Yeah.
you what?
What
Okay.
no, but what I was saying before, so like yeah, like so back to that point, how we got onto this. So yeah, I would have thought that I would have been the person actually like be able to like have myself be recorded and be able to interview people. So like, hey, like you never know what you're gonna do. So like, all my best advice is, and now we're gonna get into more of the career advice. Try to be open-minded because like you might say to yourself like I literally just explained like, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm not the type of person, and then you might surprise yourself like now I want to do things that I came to college not knowing I was going to do. So always try to have an open mind. That's probably the biggest quote I can give.
Open-minded and patience. I think patience
Yes.
is also a huge key. I'm not a patient person, I'll
I'm
admit
not either.
that,
You
but,
know that. I'm not patient
pa
when I'm editing. That's what I'll say. Like I
no,
mean Christina see me edit, I'm very impatient.
patience is, like I tend to get impatient, but, like, I'm also reserved, so I don't really, like,
I
show it
am
off,
too.
but I'm
I'm
really
actually, fun fact, I'm actually very introverted. I know you would probably not get that sense for how much I talk on this, but I'm actually a very introverted person.
also, I think another advice that I suggest is, try to, like, socialize, actually. Socialize, meet, and talk with other people.
Yeah,
Well, that's
like
a way
try to
to get
just like
networking. Silence does not get you anywhere.
yeah.
I'm sorry to say that, unless you're in post-production. Well,
Like,
not
look, like,
really, not
yeah, but
really.
like, what made us like, we'll say, like, what made us friends was the fact that you were comfortable enough, like, you were standing by yourself that night at up all night. But ironic there, that was up that night at up all night. That's what I meant. And
But
and you came up to me even though you were shy, and we started talking. So that's how we built our friendship. Like, we were just two people laying around, and we didn't know what to do, and we were both shy, but we went up to each other.
and put yourself first. Put
Yeah,
yourself first, like, put yourself out there, challenge yourself. I think those are, like, one of the best not even be what's that word? Not
phrases,
best skills, but,
resourceful. I don't even know. Yeah,
whatever, but
I'm
it's
bad
just
at
good
thinking of
to
words as well.
it challenge yourself because it's, like, a huge key. Challenge yourself.
Mhm.
Don't walk around with an ego, definitely, and, I know there's some people that are like, "Oh, I'm getting this, getting that." Keep that to yourself. Nobody well, I don't wanna say nobody cares 'cause people care when you have talent, but nobody wants to see your ego,
Yeah.
and you also wanna be respectful. You wanna be really respectful, open-minded, and learn from others because I think creating relationship, not necessarily friendships, help because that's a way of networking.
Mhm.
Me and Sophie are not exactly in the media industry yet, so we
Yet. Notice we
we
said yet.
yeah, so we don't have like real life advice yet because we're just talking about like our experience from college, from our internship, right now with our podcast. But people like actually, if you're in the media industry, please write down in the comments suggestions that you have as well. Maybe viewers that want to get into the industry can learn from you.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing, obviously, with Christine, like talking about career advice, like obviously, like we're not career counselors, we're not in this industry yet. But I feel like one thing I will say, based on like I think a challenge, I mean, especially everyone knows this now. Recent graduates, not just in media, just in general, are having a really hard time getting jobs, and it is very frustrating. Like Christine just graduated in May, but I graduated in December, and it's July now, and I still don't have a real job. And I've applied to multiple different things, and some of them, I mean, I've had like a few interviews. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of them, but whatever. And that stuff I haven't heard back from yet. So I mean one thing I will say though is, I mean, because a lot of people when they graduate, they're like, "Oh, if I don't get a job in this, I'm gonna move on to something else." Like, "Oh, but like, I mean, like, this is so hard." Like, what I'll say is, like, this is advice you'll hear, like, because I felt the same way too when I didn't have a job. Like, the first month out of graduating is, it's going to take time, especially now with like the job market not being very good
Also the
per
summer.
se. I'm just trying to be, you know what I'm saying. So like, but if you're really passionate about whether it's in media, whether it's in anything, like don't give up just because it's hard to find a job in. Like, cause I mean, I'm not saying like obviously like you people go to college and they don't do the things that they actually study, but like that just might be because they developed a different passion. I don't think the reason for that should be just because you couldn't find a job in that. Like, cause if you do something that like it was easy to find a job in, but you actually hate it and you're like, I'd rather do the thing I actually went to college in, like college for, be like, yeah, like just don't do that. Like just if you're really passionate about something and you know you can make a living out of it, I would say just keep going even when it's hard because something will come up eventually.
And I'm also gonna point this out. I know there are parents and families that are raised with this mindset like, oh, you need to get a career that makes you a living, and they expect lawyers, doctors, FBI's. No attack. Don't listen to your family. And I'm gonna say this out loud and clear. Don't listen to your family. I don't care if they're gonna hate me after I say this in this podcast.
No, I
But
agree with you. Like
you are the ones that are gonna continue your life. You are the one. When we get older, we're gonna be, yeah, we're gonna have every young generation is gonna be the ones helping us in our world. But you're the ones that are gonna change this world. You do whatever you want to do. You have one life. Years are gonna pass by, and you know the world is small. Actually, no, the world is big.
the
Life
world
is
is big,
small.
but I mean,
Do
you know the
whatever you
saying, like,
want.
it's a small world? Like, that is true, but it's also big at the same time. I mean, no, I mean, I gonna piggyback off of you saying that, but like, no, that is so true. Like, I mean, a lot of people say, like, oh, like, I mean, one thing I heard a lot was, oh, you should be a teacher because, like, you get the best job because you get the whole summers off, you get all the breaks off. I'm like, but it's not even about that. Like, I don't want to be, just because it's an easy job doesn't mean I want to do it. Like, it's not something I'm passionate about. Like, even if, like, it comes with perks, like, if you're not passionate about it, like, I wouldn't say like go for it. Like, I mean, do like I mean, I know certain jobs are not the best for making money in, but like if it's like I said before, if it's something you're passionate about, like don't give up on it. Like don't do
Parents, if you listen to us, respect your child, your daughter, your son, whatever. Respect their choice, respect their career choice, because they definitely need your support. They don't need your criticism, whether you
that.
like it or not. And like, I like being blunt about things because I think, when being blunt, it's like they listen more. And I'm not expecting them to agree with me, but I hope
Nobody
they
has
try
to
to.
agree with anything we're saying. This is just it's like I said, this is a freedom of speech podcast, so you don't have to agree. You can like take my words and throw them in the toilet. I don't care.
But
I
all
mean, you
I
can't throw
said
words in the
is
toilet, but you know
think
what I'm
about
saying.
what think about what they want to do, what your child wants to do when they grow up. They don't need to hear your criticism. Whether you like it or not, stick with it.
Yeah, I
But
mean, like at a young age, like people say, like when they're 10 or something, like I'm just making an age up. They're like, "Oh, when I grow up, I want to be an actress. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor." They'd be like, "Oh, well, you can't do that." Like, this is the one thing I will emphasize because I heard something about this growing up. Never say you can't do something. The word "can't" is the worst word ever. Like, don't be discouraging, even if you know it's not like a thing possible. Don't ever discourage somebody and be like, you can't do this. Like, never. I hate that word with a living, that sentence, you can't do this. I hate that with a living, burning passion
at
because that is,
first, I used to hate it when people say never say can't. Or I remember when Justin Bieber's song Never Say
it's
Never
a
came
horrible
out, and he had a
word.
meme being like, never, I can say never whenever I want to. But I'll say this. I remember when I was in wrestling in high school, my coach hated us saying the word can't. You know what? Shout out to Morsi and Dodie. You know what they would make us do actually, mostly Morsi, whenever we said the word "I can't"? Push-ups. Push-ups.
I
I
mean,
hate
obviously, I'm
but
not like,
it's a good lesson.
obviously,
It
there
is a
are
good
things that
lesson.
people can't do, like it can't fly, unfortunately, yet. You never know
Hey,
in our next life.
anything could happen nowadays.
You never know. Tomorrow you can like end up like growing wings. I don't know. I'm not
You know, you
but yeah,
can't.
like no, but like my point being is like the word can't is like always used when you're trying to discourage someone. Like, please don't use that. Like, cause like a person has a dream. People make their dreams come true, like for a reason. Like people go to college to do these things because they want to go to college to do these things. So like using the word can't, like just saying you can't you that's like what are you thinking? You can't be an actress? Like says who? Like, what are you? Like you can predict the future?
I'm
No.
sorry, parents, for to be this blunt as well, but you can't say can't because I'm sorry if this is an attack for you, but after your kid makes money, you guys want to be living under your kid's money. Like, I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
So real.
Listen, I was about to get a job at a marketing place, and I remember the general manager was like, "My mother never liked me being a businessman. Nowadays, I'm paying for her ticket." So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
you
you
know what?
never
I'm
know.
not hating on the parents. Please don't think I'm just attacking you guys,
No, we're
but
not. This, like I said, this podcast is not meant to attack anybody. We're just like I keep saying, freedom of speech here. There's a reason we have amendments.
It's like I remember when Chris Tucker, he said like his parents at first weren't happy about, well, his family at first weren't happy of him being an actor, and then after he became an actor, they were like, "Oh, oh, free money for us," and he was like, "Excuse me, who said you guys are getting free money?"
I love that.
He's like, "Excuse me." I'm sorry,
But
I
yeah.
love it.
So I mean, that's like the biggest, like obvious, like I said before, like we're not career people, we're not in this industry yet, so obviously we don't know better than most people, but this is just from like our experiences, what we're feeling like. So like recent graduates, like I know it's annoying, like I get it, like, but you just gotta be patient. So it will happen for you one day. Just I mean, it's annoying, like AI, unfortunately. What I will say is I don't want to discourage or like badmouth AI, but it's not the best tool. I mean, I think ChatGPT can come in handy for certain things, like, but don't use it to like, don't have it be your brain. Is what I'll say. Like, I know like the industry, like this is just I just want to share my opinion on this. I know like a lot of people say the industry is gonna the television, I'm talking about the media industry is gonna go downhill because they think AI is gonna take over our jobs, which I understand that's a very realistic concern, but in my opinion, I don't really think AI can do things that a human can do because a human is controlling AI. Like even if you tell it to like write a script or something, you're giving it the information. Like it's doing what you're telling it to. It's not just automatically on its own gonna come up with like a whole script. And I mean, I've done this, like I've guinea pigged with this stuff, like done tests. Like I can tell when a person writes a script based on then based on that instead of and then a bot writing a script like ChatGPT because ChatGPT is not a person. It doesn't have the creativity of a person and it makes things really bland and
Thing about I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think a lot of people, like, I understand the fear. That's also a fear that I have.
no, it's a
But
fear
like
I have too. I
Sophie,
mean,
but like
it's the
Sophia
reason. I
said,
mean, Christine,
it's
you can agree. It's the reason why a lot of, I feel like if AI wasn't a thing, I feel like we would have jobs by now because a lot of these companies now, and this is the secret that I'll tell you people based on what because I've applied to so many different things. I mean, it is, I don't think when you submit something to like Workadays or what is the other one called, Smart Recruiters, it is scanned by AI. So 90% of the time, a human recruiter is not even reading it. I hate to say that, but that's the truth. So
oh
like
yeah.
that's like so and but I mean, I hate that. It's horrible. Like,
The thing it's
but
like it's not necessarily AI itself like people make it seem. It's us. It's always us. And you have every single thing you always have to blame humans. We have to blame ourselves because
humans
we
make
are the
things. Yeah.
ones controlling it.
That's,
We're
yeah,
also
that's what I'm trying to
we're
say.
also lazy people. Like, recall like,
We'll become lazier if this thing
Wally.
actually does take over.
Do you know Wally the film, right? How everybody kept like,
Yeah.
they're not doing anything, you're like laying on their like seats, they're
Laying
just
on their
eating.
butts.
Yeah, they're not, they're just lazy, that at some point that's going to become us, but that's because we're getting
We're
lazy
gonna
and
allow that to happen.
lazy.
It's not like
We're getting lazy and lazy, but then here's also another thing. It's not even just us. Like, it's not even just us. It's like sadly, it's also that's how we run it. But if you look at, for example, like Japan, they have AI, but their AI is to help disabled people. They still get
no, but
jobs,
like that's what
and
I
that's the
think
point of
AI is
AI.
useful for. I think it could help people with like disabilities or like just or like even like people who don't like languages too, like people who don't like speak a certain language in the country. That's like what I think it should be used for. Like I think it should be used to help people who need it. I don't think it should be used like what I think humans are trying to make it do is laziness. You're trying to make it do
Exactly.
things so you don't have to do it, even though you're perfectly capable of doing it. Like writing a script, directing a show, like coming up with ideas. Like don't use AI for that stuff.
No, definitely. I think you're right about that. I mean, it has its advantage, it has a lot of disadvantage. I try to focus a lot on the advantage because I'm like
Yeah.
I like talk about a lot also on the environment, which I have not talked about on this podcast yet. But I think one thing why I'm also like I mean my family talks about like how bad technology gets, but I try to like, be like I understand, but at the same time it's like it's also about time. Because we've been like, destroying this planet a lot. We've been cutting down trees. At least with technology, it's like we don't really have to worry about cutting down trees. But like, of course climate change also exists. So it's like there's a lot of advantage and disadvantage, but it's it depends on us. It really depends on each individual how we use it. Because if we're really lazy, then yes, we're gonna enjoy this even more.
And we are, sorry to say, we are
Like,
pretty lazy.
at this point, I think everybody's lazy in their own way. Like, it's not to say no, and like people are really active at some point to get lazy too. So it's like, yes or no. Like for example, Google. Now it's like you when you ask a question, Google AI actually like gives you the answer and it gives you the source that you're looking for. I like that because like I remember back then I have to like scroll through articles just to find one source, and I'm like,
No, I
okay,
mean,
it's
I
pretty
think
annoying.
it's beneficial. Like, if you're trying to find facts for something, I think it's actually really helpful. But I like what I've been saying is like, people just you take advantage of it. Like, they use it to write their essays, they use it to
Oh yeah,
write scripts. Like, they use it for things that they don't need it for. Like,
yeah.
one thing that's been annoying me is I hear a lot of people now are starting to make graphics on it, and I'm like, why? I'm like, come on, if you're capable of
I
doing that,
mean,
don't use, you can use Canva. Any person who is not even a graphic designer can use Canva.
I mean that is true, but then I'm also gonna say this though, and you can disagree with me. Another thing, it's like not everybody can afford premium. Like
No, that's true, yeah.
Adobe. I when I was in
But
college,
Canva, hey, no, Canva's free. Canva is free for everyone.
Canva's free, but you don't have that much advantage. Like you don't have that much options. With Adobe Illustration,
Well,
Adobe
that's true,
InDesign,
yeah.
Adobe Photoshop, it's like you can use anything, but you need to pay a subscription.
Which is annoying.
Every
You have to pay for
Not
everything these days.
everybody, it's like for anything, and this is what annoys me that like there's a lot of options, but there's always most of the time you have to pay a subscription, and it just takes away the opportunity. So that what AI does, it's like when you get AI, you tell AI what you want, what
Mhm.
you see.
Like I
That's
said, you're controlling it like it's not
you're
controlling
controlling.
itself.
So it's like that in a way like saves you money.
Mhm.
Canva's free, but you don't have a lot of options with Canva. And especially if, like, let's say you want to add in a graphic from Google, but you don't want the background, you also have to pay an extra just for that. So
Okay, no,
that's the
no, I
thing.
mean, no, I do agree with you on that. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't even think of it like in that way, but yeah, but like, I mean, I haven't tried making features in it. Can ChatGPT, like, can it actually like design an entire thing for you but if obviously if you tell it to? I've never tried that before.
My YouTube logo for Akuna Films is actually AI generated logo. What I did is
Really?
I
I
actually went
didn't
on
know that.
ChatGPT, but I said like what I wanted to see, the placements, and it took some tries. Like it wasn't like the first image was the logo I was happy about. Like, for example, at first I didn't like if you see my logo, I have a moon in the background. I didn't say anything about the moon. They like didn't give me they didn't create the image with the moon. So then I said, "Can you put the moon in the middle behind the chairs?" It did. And then I said again, "Can you put it to the left?" And then put it to the right, just to see different placements, how I liked it. And it was like, I kind of had like different image. And then I
Mhm.
like kind of from there picked what I wanted. So I wanted to keep the middle one, of course. But yeah, I kept giving like what idea I wanted. I didn't like say, create a logo for me like that. I asked like what I wanted to see. But that was a way because I wanted to create the logo myself, but like I mentioned, I don't have money, and this is also another thing that I wanna talk about. I didn't have enough money to, like, go for premium in Canva because Canva wasn't really giving me a lot of options, and then also Adobe, because I usually use Adobe Photoshop to do, like, most of my graphic designs. I didn't have subscription, so I
Unfortunately,
had no.
Since we now graduate, and I mean, Hofstra, if you're listening to this, I kind of think that alumni should still have access to the Adobe Creative Cloud. You only get that access when you're a student, but I mean, I think alumni should get that too, to be fair.
But I think there's things that like colleges like should give us. I mean, there's I'll be honest. I
Expensive.
I come from low income family. There's a
Mm,
lot of people I know that comes from low income,
yeah.
and like even when we finish college, it's like we don't have a lot of like advantage or like options really in the reality. People struggle differently. Like I know you struggle differently from me,
Yeah.
but like for us, it's like, and I'm not saying this to defend AI 100%, but some people like that don't have enough money, like me, that I can't pay for a subscription. It's like, if I want to do a graphic design, I think as of now, it's like we can do Canva if they offer the options that we want. Like I know
Yeah,
some
but I
people still use
forgot that
Canva.
Fama actually does have a premium feature, so I'm like, and every time like I want to do something goes like I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not paying for extra features for that.
Yeah,
That's not worth it.
most of the graphics on Canva, the ones
The
I
good
like, are
ones.
premium. Yeah, the good ones are
Fun
literally
fact, the
premium.
logo, I designed our logo for Copying Conversations. I actually made that with Canva.
Yeah, so
But I mean, I did not go with any of the advanced features because, like I said, I'm not paying for that, which I think is a fairly reasonable request.
That's
Um,
true.
yeah, so unfortunately, our time is coming for an end, but like I say, I hope this conversation, I mean, I know we didn't have as much joking going on, but like this was, I think, a very important topic to listen to because I think a lot of people can relate to it. And I mean, we did have some of our banter, so I hope our usual like back and forth about our clothes, that's pretty funny, I got to admit. But as usual, if you have
Before you actually end this, I'm gonna point this out. Our website was
oh
finally
yes, yes, oh my gosh, I
created.
almost forgot.
It's online. If you're interested in being a host,
A
you could
guest.
also fill out the Google form. I mean, not
You
the
mean
Google form. We fill out a form
no,
online,
we're
which I
the only
created
hosts here.
Canva.
No, a guest.
Did I say host?
Yes.
Oh God, no. Fill out the guest form. I'm sorry. If you're interested, follow us on Instagram as well.
And like and subscribe on YouTube, Coffee and Conversations. And if you have
If
any topics that you want us to talk about, feel free to comment. We are happy to read those comments.
And if you have
Just don't
any
spread hate.
suggestions as well for career advice, you can
Yeah,
also
that's
comment down below. That would be really helpful. But
yes.
Sophia, want to take it?
Yes, sorry. But once again, this has been the fourth episode. I'm almost like losing count. I can't believe it's already been our fourth episode of Coffee and Conversations, a podcast where we talk about pretty much anything and hopefully some funny and very important topics. Thank you again for listening. Hearts, host at North Shore TV always does this, so I'm even though you can't see me, I'm gonna say hearts. Aw, Christine just did it on Zoom. But you won't be able to see it, so but still hearts. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. I'm Sophia,
I'm Christine.
and this has been another episode of Coffee and
Great
Conversation.
conversations.
Yeah. Bye.